Top story tonight, the Seneca Park Zoo mourning the loss of a young giraffe after a terrible accident.
This is a heartbreaking loss for all of us here at Seneca Park Zoo. Parker was a healthy giraffe and he was loved by all.
The zoo's 6-year-old giraffe, Parker, died Sunday. Good evening, I'm Matt Malloy. Zoo leaders say it happened after he got caught in the gate of his enclosure. As 13 WAM's Carla Rogner reports tonight, his death coming as a shock to the zoo staff and the entire community. Carla, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Matt. Zoo leaders called it a heartbreaking loss this afternoon at a very emotional news conference. On Sunday morning, zookeepers went in to check on the giraffe enclosure, and they found 6-year-old Parker with his neck stuck in the gate. There is heartbreak inside the animals of the Savannah building inside the Seneca Park Zoo. This is where zoo staff say 6-year-old Parker was found Sunday morning, stuck inside a support structure for the gate. The zoo's veterinarian says he fractured his neck and likely died instantly.
We do have monitors where we're able to review video, and between him being trapped and the moment of death, we estimate was approximately 30 seconds or less.
The team here is very dedicated to these animals.
Zoo Superintendent Steve Lacy in tears sharing the news.
It's been a difficult 24 hours.
He says this is a standard gate used in zoos across the nation.
The possibility of this kind of event happening was unforeseen and unprecedented. There have been no reports of such incidents at other zoos with similar gate structures.
Parker was healthy and is remembered as a curious and playful giraffe. He had been at the zoo for about 5 years and is the father to Olmsted, who was born last April. He was also the only adult male, a critical part of the zoo's breeding program.
So in addition to just being a beloved animal, he was valuable to the giraffe population at large. So it is a big hit to not only us, but giraffes in general.
The Seneca Park Zoo is not a stranger to tragedy. Parker fathered another giraffe in July, who had to be euthanized shortly after he was born because of a birth defect in his leg. That news came the day after the death of a baby snowy owl. When a zoo loses one of its own, it's personal for zookeepers.
We want to make sure that all of our animals have a safe and appropriate home.
And it can be devastating for the other giraffes, Olmsted, Kipenzi and Iggy. So far, they are doing okay.
So we are monitoring their behavior and their health very closely.
The zoo plans to look over the enclosures and make sure they are up to safety standards to prevent another tragedy. And the zoo has notified the manufacturer of the enclosure to let them know what happened. The U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Association of Zoos and Aquariums are also working with the zoo to see if they need to modify those enclosures so this doesn't happen again.
A scary incident at a Rochester school today. Police say a 17-year-old student brought a loaded handgun to school in his backpack.
I don't know what the kid was thinking, bringing that type of thing to school.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Don Alhart. Now, the student was taken into custody at Monroe High School this morning. That's where we find Chase Howell tonight, who tells us this incident may lead to some added security. Chase.
Don, Rochester police say students here at Monroe High School might start to see a police presence on campus after this morning's incident. I'm told the police department and the school district are working together to figure out next steps. A scary moment for students and staff at Monroe High School in Rochester when a loaded gun was found in a 17-year-old male student's backpack.
I don't know what the kid was thinking, bringing that type of thing to school.
Rochester police say school security found the handgun during Monday morning screening and was able to secure both the firearm and the student.
The fact that the student still brought the firearm to school, knowing that those security measures are in place, is definitely a little disconcerting.
The Rochester City School District releasing a statement saying the gun never made it beyond security and there were no threats or safety issues inside the building, and that appropriate action is being taken against the identified student.
It's just disheartening. It's sad that the kids can't even come to school and, be safe.
Lieutenant Bello says he's not sure what the student's motive or intent was bringing the handgun to school.
Right, I don't know if this kid, if he feels his safety is in jeopardy and that's why he's bringing it, or if he's going to be, on the aggressive side, or what his deal is with having a gun. But the fact that a 17-year-old feels the need to have a gun, or does have a gun, is definitely problematic in our society.
Lori Jones's granddaughter goes to Monroe High School. She says she's thankful for the metal detectors, but worries about what could have happened before security found the gun.
A lot could have happened between either the car in that door, the bus in that door, or Dunkin' Donuts or Burger King in that door to get to that metal detector.
At this point, police have not said what charges the student may face. As those details come in, we'll keep you updated on air and online at 13wham.com.
Well, over the past month, at least 6 fast food restaurants across Monroe County have been robbed. Cheyenne Walker spoke with a local franchise owner who says the safety and security of his employees is what keeps him up at night.
Irondequoit police say just after 11 p.m. Sunday, this Taco Bell on East Ridge Road was robbed at gunpoint. The chief says the thieves didn't just take the cash. They stole the entire cash register. Less than 2 hours earlier, the McDonald's on South Winton Road in Henrietta was hit. The suspects pulled up to the drive-thru, pulled out what appeared to be a gun, and demanded money. No one was hurt in either robbery, but local business owners are concerned.
You feel violated. You feel distraught. You feel sick to your stomach. It's the environment that we are having to deal with as we just try to perform a good service.
Louis Bono owns 16 franchises in the Rochester area. While none of his locations were targeted, he worries about what could happen.
It's a little unnerving to have to be so concerned about the safety and well-being of your people, which is really the biggest thing that we are concerned about. Everything else is replaceable, but having to be so concerned about the people's safety and well-being is really what keeps us up at night.
In the past month, there have been several similar crimes at various fast food restaurants spanning Monroe County. Bono says he's had to deal with dangerous situations in the past, which prompted him to increase security and training for his workers.
We have altercations with customers, with people, I don't want to say a regular basis, but unfortunately still too common that these things happen. So it's really just about making sure that my people know exactly what to do, how to handle the situation, who to call. And again, just continue to re-hit the training and the awareness about the everyday life that we live in today.
And no arrests have been made in last night's robberies. Anyone with information on either crime is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 423-9300.